that the simple cause of cancer is mostly sugar. Hey, my friends, Dr. Rob Kiltz, how you doing? Another awesome, amazing day. Cause of cancer. Mystery, right? No way. Simple. Leading cause, sugar, which equals a high plant diet. The majority of all plants break down to sugar. That's it. Carbon dioxide plus sunlight and water makes a long chain carbon particle that we call a carbohydrate, right? Lettuce, vegetables, seeds, nuts, they're all mostly sugar. Sugar causes something called glycation. Glycation damages the glycocalyx, and the glycocalyx is this beautiful Teflon-coated sugar proteinaceous particles that are glycoproteins that protect all epithelial surface of the body, all of them, on the mitochondria, on the nuclear membranes, on the cell membranes, in the GI tract, in the blood vessels, in the lymphatics, in and around the nerve, in the peritoneal cavity. All of it is basically the glycocalyx. This is called the glycobiome. This is the critical component of why we get disease and why metabolic disorder is so terrible. Diabetics and most human beings eat 3 to 6 carb-loaded meals a day. A carb is a plant, all right? That's the simple answer. Carbs break down to simple sugars in the GI tract. They begin to cause their damage in the GI tract. It begins to remove this coating. Basically, the cells below get damaged. This allows the things we don't want to get in us to get in, and the things we don't want to get out to get out. The minerals and vitamins are removed, plus the plants chelate. Chelation is where the plants bind the minerals and vitamins and take them right out the other end in those components that don't get digested and internalized. But the things that do, they're still bound and chelated. They may get into your blood vessels, right? The hepatic portal system, which goes directly to the liver. And all the sugar from the high plant-based diet goes to the liver. This causes glycation again. And if you haven't looked up Otto Warburg, the Warburg effect, and basically Otto taught us a long time ago in a lab with Hans Krebs that sugar damaged the mitochondria. When the mitochondria die, the cell dies. But some cells are capable of surviving with just a little bit of ATP via the conversion of glucose in the cytoplasm to ATP. But the majority of our energy comes from acetyl-CoA, which comes from long-chain fatty acids. And fat is the fuel for the human body everywhere, not sugar. Glucose is not our energy, and glycogen is not the energy for the muscles, nor the brain. Fatty acids are. If you're emaciated and thin and anorexic, you will drop dead fast. But fat goes slow because the sugar takes time. That's dose, exposure, which causes the poison. And Paracelsus taught us this a long time ago, that ultimately the damage is mostly due to sugar, and plants contain the sugars. Plus, oh, this is the scary part, they contain poisons. The plants themselves contain the phytochemicals, which over the long term, low dose, and you're eating them every day, 3 times a day, which fills the bucket, so the GI tract is never empty of carbs. It's always secreting sugar into the bloodstream to the liver. It causes a fatty liver because the bowels, for 365 days a year and for infinite years for all of us, the bowels are a full bucket. It's just bloated and gaseous because it's fermenting. That fermentation causes more and more of the poisons that circulate throughout your body and cause every disease. The cause of cancer is mostly sugar from the healthy plant diet we eat. If you only eat it 1 time a day and cook them well and add the fat, you might get away with it. Because truly, we're mostly, guess what? A carnivore that ate plants because you couldn't find the fatty meat. But cause of cancer is sugar. It's a high plant-based, healthy diet and lifestyle. This is the simple answer that most of us don't want to believe, and I didn't believe it either until eventually I went off almost all plants and everything about my body got better. This story doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense to me as a physician, but my job is onefold: to help you get healthy and reduce your risk of disease and cancer. Glycation is the leading cause, and most of us have never heard of the glycocalyx or the glycobiome. But basically, this layer is damaged everywhere, and that's why so many people are dying of COVID and cancer. Too many people at all ages, young, medium, and old, are suffering. These stories are challenging, I know, but read Thomas Seyfried's book, Cancer is a Metabolic Disorder. And all disorders are mostly metabolic in a high carbohydrate diet, 3 to 6 grazing meals. Remember, we're more like a carnivore. If you even just ate what you eat, even if you just eat it 1 time a day and added fat, you will be healthier than you ever know. Fatty acids are acetyl-CoA. All right, a little chicken scratch, I know. Check out my books on Amazon, Dr. Rob Kiltz, The Fertile Feast, The Keto Lifestyle, Keto Cure, and many more. Keep on reading and keep on journeying and keep on being a little more suspect of the science you and I have been taught, because it might be wrong, because it's actually the poison that is killing us, are resistant to change. God bless you, my friends.